What's poppin'? It's your boy Moses, aka Nomo, chilling right here inside the Lit Outlet studio with another episode of the Lit Outlet podcast. Today I got a very special guest in the building. I got Mr.
Bozo, Southside Logo.
That's right. Welcome back. This is like your third or fourth time on the podcast. Third time?
Yeah, third.
I appreciate you, man. Every time you come, it's like literally like my most viewed episode.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think people love watching you?
Fuck, I don't know. Maybe my brutal honesty, you know what I'm saying? And I think that I do get a lot of feedback. People say that I have a good way of breaking shit down, you know, to where they understand it more in depth, you know what I'm saying? So maybe my perspective on things, you know?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I do get that a lot, though. A lot of people tell me that, like, man, you break shit down pretty good in ways that, like, I like to do that a lot with my conversation. Like, for example, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And shit like that, because I think that people won't get it sometimes, you know?
I also think you're at the perfect like age where like you're still young enough, but you're at the right age where like people, your voice has merit. Like you have enough, enough experience.
Yeah, it's a good place to be. I'm enjoying this. You know, fools. I have all my homeboys around me. Not all my homeboys, but a lot of them are going through like midlife crisis, dog. You know.
Okay.
And I'm not, and I'm chill, and I'm thinking like, man, I went through that shit when I was doing my 10 years. You know, like really trying to find myself and figure out where I want to be heading. You know, and homies are doing it out here in real life, and like I see people struggling, man. I feel bad for the relationships in this era that we're in right now. Like, I think that people, as couples in general, have a very hard time communicating, dog, because of all the distractions around them, you know what I'm saying? So I see, like, a lot of the couples that me and my wife used to hang out with when I first got out, like, literally, they're not around no more, fool, you know? Everybody broke up over, like, very toxic and fucked up choices that they made, you know what I'm saying? And I see that even in my family, like, my nieces and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? It's very complicated right now to be in a relationship, you know? And I feel bad for people for that, you know what I'm saying? Because I think family is like the ultimate goal, you know?
Right.
The ultimate form of success, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why do you think some people get into those toxic relationships? Is like fear of missing out on starting a family at all costs?
Why do they get into them?
Yeah, if they know it's like probably not gonna work or not the best situation.
Well, I think that a lot of people suffer from lack of like standards, you know? So like what happens is like the honeymoon period, you know, at the beginning, right? You guys, you know, endorphins, right? Like you meet somebody and fucking you hit it off and the sex is good and they might be fine as fuck or whatever, sexually attractive, to where people overlook like principles and shit, you know? And character, you know what I mean? Like principles and character are very undervalued right now because everything is so materialistic and everything is about how do they look, you know what I'm saying? Like everything is very superficial, you know what I'm saying? So the very important things in life get overlooked, you know? And then, you know, in time, those are the things that really matter. So when people start to show their true colors, most people already went all the way in. Like they already moved them in within a month, introduced them to the whole fam, you know, maybe they're even pregnant already, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they're even sharing bills already. So by that time, they start to see who they really are, right? Which is normal, you know? And this is the part where people fall off. Like nowadays, people don't have the commitment or the grit to see it through. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about me. It's not about like us, you know what I'm saying? It's not about us. Like, what are we doing? Where are we going? Like, where are your flaws compared to mine? You know what I'm saying? Like most people don't heal themselves, you know what I'm saying? In this era because we're so on go, you know? Everything is self-gratification fast. Like most people don't find love within themselves first, you know? Like there's such a void that they're always looking for other people to fulfill it because for some reason in movies, in songs, in rap videos, you know, that's the way it's depicted, you know what I'm saying? You don't ever see songs about somebody loving themselves. It's always loving somebody else, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you do hear songs about self-love, it comes out very arrogant. Like they're almost like ignorant, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I'm the shit and fuck a bitch and you know what I'm saying?
Like that's how they look at Kanye like that, right? Like he's too self-centered.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of ego, you know, too much ego right now, you know what I'm saying? No, people not willing to like compromise or self-reflect. Like everybody's looking to point the finger. So it comes back to emotions. Like people are overly emotional, especially men for some reason right now. Like, I hate to say it, you know?
You think emotional or territorial?
No, emotional.
In what way?
Yeah, emotional, because what's happened is, like, I think we're seeing the downfall of a lot of the outcome of a lot of single women raising men, you know? So the generation that's present right now is a lot of females that were in my era, you know what I'm saying? That got left or didn't necessarily stick through with the first baby's dad. And you know how it is, like, I don't know if you know how it is, but for like men that are raising other men's children, you know, for the most part, dog, females don't let you really go all in, you know what I mean? And be like a real dad. So it's kind of like you're raising these fools at a distance with having to deal with the other person's influence on them. And then to avoid problems, they're letting the female dictate. So these boys grow up very entitled to emotion. It's not like one of the things of like men being around and being like, hey, like my son, literally, I swear to God, my son just fell on my 3-year-old. He's gonna be 3 years old, February 24th. Nano, my smallest one. He was climbing up the little ladder to his sister's bunk and he fell and hit his head, you know what I mean? And I just, you know, all the girls, my 2 daughters are in the room with him. And then my oldest daughter comes, and what's going on? And I'm just right there and I'm like, get up. And then I get him in front of me, I check him, I rub his head and I'm like, you're all right, eh? And I give him a tap in the ass and get the fuck out of here. And all the females are, and then as I'm coming to your thing, I hear my oldest daughter telling my other daughters, get out of the restroom, you guys are crowding him. They're still on him, fool, like a fucking little hive, you know what I'm saying? So they're reinforcing like his emotions, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a lot going on like right now with like single moms and then the single grandmas. There's a lot of single grandmas too, dog. Like a lot of grandmas right now still haven't figured it out. You know what I'm saying? So when you're raising men in those environments by women that are always seeking to be validated through emotion, you develop fucking a lot of sensitive men, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't know about grit. They don't get taught to just be like, hey, fool, vámonos, like, let's go. None of that shit matters. Like, cut it out. That's only right now. Like, emotions they're not permanent, you know, they're temporary, you know what I'm saying? They're never permanent. Like, every emotion shifts and changes, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I see a lot of that, dog. And then and then the other aspect of it is like a lot of girls with daddy issues, you know? Like men that didn't, you know what I mean, follow through or couldn't see it through with the female that they got with, so they end up leaving to other relationships, you know what I'm saying? And then now what happens is the oldest child gets to see the dad move on with another family and then get it together with those kids. You know? So there's resentment and there's abandonment issues. And you don't really realize it because we're going through life always constantly suppressing our feelings within the materialistic shit, partying, or different lovers every so often. You know what I'm saying? So the endorphins that we go through, even the phone, you know, they say that swiping releases endorphins, you know what I'm saying? And it's a high, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of superficial, like, self-gratification that doesn't allow people to find real love through hardship, merit, and life experience. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think also too, back in the day, you had the husband will go to work, the wife will stay home all day, and those relationships typically would work out.
Yeah.
I think compared to like you guys both, like the wife and the husband both go to work, they both come home tired, and there's no one there to like, they're both already burnt out from the day.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, oh, fuck this fool. Right?
Yeah.
Get away from me, you know?
Yeah.
You think that has something to do with it?
Look, dog, it's a huge sacrifice and investment for a man to do that. I do it, you know? So I can speak from experience. Like, I'm not speaking from viewing. This is my life that we're speaking of, you know? But it takes a lot of sacrifice, dog, you know what I'm saying? For a man to do that. But for me, it's been absolutely, without a doubt, worth it, you know? For me, it's been absolutely paying all my girl's bills, giving her all the luxuries that she wants. It's been worth it for me to have her stay home and really devote herself to our children, you know what I'm saying? And do I have to take the back seat sometimes to her? Yes, because she's so focused on the kids, you know what I'm saying, and our household, you know what I mean? But to me, those are the investments that I want, because I don't want children growing up lacking thereof, attention, love at the wrong times in life. You know what I'm saying? I think that children should get the most confident from like the age 1 to 5. You know what I mean? That's when you really build a child's confidence. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're like reassuring them and molding them into happy children, you know? At that point is the most vulnerable and sensitive that they are to emotion, you know what I mean? So I think that's very important. But then again, dog, society doesn't allow a lot of us to do it. You know what I mean? The bills got to get paid, homie, and we got to have a roof over our head. You know what I'm saying? So I get that people aren't capable of doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel for them people. You know what I'm saying? But is it important? Fuck yeah. And does it affect us? Yes. Does it affect the family structure? Hell yeah. Because it's like this, dog. Like, you know, my kids, fool, I noticed the super respect they have for me, you know? You know what I mean? At the same time, though, they think I'm fucking rich for some stupid ass reason, right? They over evaluate what I have. You know what I mean? They think we're rich, dog. So, because I'm always working, because I'm always grinding, but at the same time, the time that I do have with it, I notice that they value the fuck out of it. You know what I'm saying? They're still at an age right now. My oldest is 11. You know, so they're still at an age, fool, where they're like, "Oh, dad wants to do this. Cool." He's hardly around, you know what I'm saying? Like it's important. Oh, they don't hear my voice all the time. You know, when you're used to somebody nagging all the time, it starts to like drown out, you know what I mean? So my wife can tell them something 5 times. I gotta say it. I don't even gotta finish the sentence. And I see it, you know what I mean? So there is a method to that madness and that sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? But it is very important because then what happens is it teaches your kids a hierarchy, you know? So when they go into the workforce or their hustle, whatever they do, it's not foreign to them to have to listen to a higher voice and a higher authority. And therefore they thrive in those environments. They're not the sensitive employee that's disgruntled, like, fuck, why don't we do it? You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easy for them to not get emotionally caught up.
Yeah.
It's easy for them to see like, well, this business, back to business as usual. Like,
yeah.
Boom, boom, let's get it. You know what I mean?
No hard feelings.
No hard feelings,
Trying to get the job done today.
It's life. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a little resistance. There's gonna be a little back and forth through, you know what I mean? Through people trying to get to the same goal. You know?
Yeah.
So family. You know what I'm saying? Family. So I think it is very important. And like I said, I've seen it from different aspects too, because my mom and my dad were out of my life young too. You know, I went from having like an amazing family to the age of 12 to then like my mom dying and me not having nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I do give credit to that shit to my dad and my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like I got to see the structure of a family. You know what I mean? Before my life went to shit. So I implemented that shit now. But yeah, there's a lot of sensitive dudes, man. And I'm gonna give you the perfect example, dog. You know, Kendrick Lamar and Drake. You know, like when you see Drake coming from a single mom household, you know what I'm saying, and him being from Canada was just a pretty wealthy lifestyle to live, right? It's not poor, it's middle class. He's a Nickelodeon kid, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And his dad was a player type of guy that didn't really, how could I say it, like, prioritize him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a musician.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Exactly, okay. So that's the modern type family, you know? And then you go to Kendrick. You know, ghetto fool from Compton, you know? Had mom and dad, you know what I'm saying? They raised them, you know what I mean? A good kid in a mad city, you know what I'm saying? But look at their music, 2 different type of music, right? One guy is overly emotional, constantly talking about his feelings, and that's what he fed his generation, you know what I'm saying? And then you have Kendrick that's very culturally grounded, that's very proud of his race, that's very proud of what he comes from. He's very, how should I say it, dog? Like he's a leader, you know what I'm saying? Natural born leader, right? And then these are guys that are like traveling through music at the same time in space, right? But for the most part, Drake is the one, you know what I mean, at the forefront because of his over emotional music, you know what I'm saying? It's always to the females, it's always to the sensitive ass fools, you know what I mean? And yeah, you might have thought he was winning for a very long time, you know, and he did financially. We can't deny his success, right?
Right.
But damn, dog, it was all superficial. Now the legacy is Kendrick's, you know? The final lap, the marathon lap, the final lap, dog, is Kendrick's, dog. Because at the end, masculinity, you know what I'm saying, is gonna triumph, dog, as far as men, you know what I mean? Like being weak isn't gonna build you a good foundation to last all the way to the end, you know what I'm saying? One way or another, your emotions are gonna fail you, you know what I mean? And they did. Look at the lawsuit. Come on, bro, like, even if it's justified, you should have just, you know, bowed out, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta learn how to take your losses. You feel, men learn how to take, like Drake can't, you know?
Yeah.
He's going to court, litigation. Like,
you think it's cool to call? I mean, to me, obviously, I think it was one of the greatest moments in rap history, because rap was dead to me for years. Like, as far as like billboards, like pop and country were kicking his, reggaeton was kicking rap's ass, right? But you think it's cool to call somebody a pedophile?
It's not. But if you break down the lyrics, he's not calling him a pedophile. He's saying pedophiles. So if you break down the wordplay and how he says it, I forgot, I could look it up, right? But what he's basically talking about a group of individuals in the industry. He's not saying Drake. He's not saying pedophile. He's saying pedophiles in plural, like a group of a secret society that's in hip hop. You know what I mean? But is it cool to call an individual that? No, like not at all. Not without you know, proof. You know what I'm saying? Like that is very fuck, that's a low blow, you know what I mean? I've been called that shit, you know what I'm saying? The motherfucker try to, but then again, I'm a different individual, you feel what I'm saying? Drake couldn't really like flex on him like, man, yeah, right. I wouldn't be where I'm at if I was that shit, because he's not really outside.
Yeah.
You know, he's not in the territory or in the realm where motherfuckers get whacked for that shit.
What do you think the difference is between Tupac and Drake? Because they were both child actors, grew up in the School of Arts, and then later in their career became, you know, Tupac became Thug Life, and then Drake became like this, I don't want to say gangster.
Well, we go back to the mom aspect, you know? Tupac was raised by a civil rights leader, you know what I'm saying? A woman that was a Black Panther. That's a different, way different world, you know what I'm saying? And when I look back at the art side of Tupac's life, he was a teenager, fool. Like, what age was he doing that theater in?
18, 19?
18, 19? You sure?
That last interview when he's talking kind of feminine, you know, with the black.
He's 18, 19?
He's just out
You're
of high
positive?
School. Yeah, he's 18.
Well, I was in 19 or 18 in high school.
Well, he's fresh out of high school, like 18.
Well, I mean, I don't know the time gap, but anyways, what I was gonna say is it's a different way of growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the one thing that I will say is this, dog. You know, Tupac like jumped out and fucking shot 2 white men, you know, in broad daylight. You know what I mean? Because they were jumping a black man. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I also think like in the 80s and 90s, like that civil rights stuff was still, like white people were still out there hurting black people.
Shit, they're doing it now. I mean,
but not like before.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, can you really, like, dog? I mean, how? Look, dog. If we're gonna go by the media and what's put out there, like, fuck, law enforcement that is killing black men are mostly white. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna go, I'm just saying, like, if we're going by what we're seeing, you know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like Tupac became Thug Life after he got shot, no?
Tupac became
when he got shot.
I don't know, because okay, so this is my history with Tupac. It's like I remember Tupacalypse Now,
right?
Then I remember Thug Life, you know.
Because Tupac's first song that was like, you know, a hit was Brenda's Got a Baby.
That's Tupacalypse Now, right?
That's kind of an emotional song.
That's Tupacalypse Now. Brenda got nah, but that's different emotional.
He's leaning towards like feeling bad for a woman.
Yeah, but because she got raped, fooled by her dad.
And then Dear Mama, right? Dear Mama.
And then Dear Mama. I get it, but that Dear Mama's a, you know, it was.
I just think Tupac is more Drake than he is Kendrick.
Well, I don't think he's neither one.
But I think he leans more like he's more similar to Drake.
I mean, no.
Dear Mama.
No.
Brenda's Got a Baby.
Dog, listen. You think Drake would jump out and shoot somebody because they were jumping a black man? You think he would do that
with all his money?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, even without the money.
He got security.
Even without the money. And no, okay. So like it's a far stretch, fool. I'm gonna say, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it's a very far stretch, like Tupac to Drake.
I think they're similar.
I mean, the only similar is that they're famous. That's it.
They're both really good, and they're both actors. Tupac was raised as an actor.
Yeah, he's a real good actor, dog. But
right,
the fact of the matter is that Tupac was around real violence. Like, fools got killed
in death row.
Not only that. I mean, even before he signed to death row, when that little boy got killed when they were trying to kill him at the park when he went to that fair.
Is that Digital Underground or after that?
He was single. He was a solo artist. This is after Tupacalypse Now, though. Like around that time, he was at a fair in New Jersey with his boys, and some fools pulled up on him. There was a fight. Shots rang out, and little boy died. Little boy got killed. And then he got shot in the studio. And and then he shot those two fools. The only reason he got away with that shooting on those two huras was because the guns that they had were from the evidence,
Yeah.
Like, think about that, dog. Like, he didn't, that's something very unpredicted that happens, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think black people, and just like Tupac, knew that they were fighting a dirty war, so they had to stay strapped and fight back because they knew cops would, like, that was normal for cops to do.
Dog, if you really go back to the history, fool, and you really look at the black history, like, look, dog, whatever you see in the media, dog, right now about, like, the black man always being, like, at the bottom, fool, is not true, dog, There's been a lot of successful generations of black men where they were probably, like, the most productive in the United States. You know what I'm saying? There was a period in time where the black family was the most thriving family in the United States. You know what I'm saying?
What was that?
And I want to say like 60s, 70s, dog, where black families were the most thriving successfully with the most growth. You know what I'm saying? I want to say in the 80s is when equal rights opportunities started to come into play, and like welfare and all that shit came into play, that you saw a decline of black families. You know what I'm saying? Black men in homes with their families. I think I'm pretty accurate on that time period too. In the 80s, you saw a decline because women's, like, welfare basically is rewarding women for not keeping a man.
Yeah, you can't be on welfare if you have a man in the house.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like a rule, a law.
Okay, so who was welfare really created for?
Well, I mean, I think most people that use it now are white.
But what I'm saying is, it was targeted towards certain communities, I don't really want to get into, like, because I can't, right? But I do know, I just don't know the name of the person that started it and why they started it.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Okay. Lyndon B. Johnson, if you go and you look into history, dog, he did it with those intentions.
Yeah, he said this is how we're going to get the N-words by the balls.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so now, so let's go to that, So when we're, Dad, let's not even talk, because I hate talking about other people's culture, because I don't want to disrespect nobody,
We could just keep it music, bro.
No, what I'm saying is it's dope, but I'm saying is the conversation is good, but what I don't want to do is say the wrong facts.
Right,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then therefore, like, discredit something or something that happened. But what I do know is this, bro. Look, check this out. What I do know is this, dog, that I believe, dog, that a lot of times successful and good black men and women and families aren't portrayed enough in media or in movies. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Okay, I'll give you a perfect example, dog. When me and you were kids, right? And you came home from school, you don't remember all the good black families on TV?
Yeah, Family Matters.
Man, Family Matters, The Cosby Show. Mm-hmm. You had Winslow. What the fuck were they? Who were they?
That's Family Matters.
That's them. You know what I'm saying? Like, or the Wayans brother when he had his show.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's like, damn, dog, like, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, where did things go wrong, homie? Like, to where the black community is only brought up when it comes to, like, either police brutality, racism, or fucking, like, some type of ghetto way, you know what I'm saying?
Culture,
presentation, right?
Gang culture.
Like, what the fuck? Like, cause fool, I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. Like, being a brown kid, like, coming home, like the Cosby Show was pretty fucking important to me, you know? The way that Bill Cosby was, who knows what he did after in his personal life, right? But just as far as a show, dog, like those family values that they used to show were important to me growing up, you know what I'm saying? And I saw it and it really soaked in, homie, you feel what I'm saying? So yeah, dog, like when it comes to like Pac and all them, dog, and the way that they were brought up, well, him specifically, you know what I'm saying? I think that he was just different, dog, you know? I don't think that we could really compare him to anybody just by, like, you know, his roots and all that shit. Like, you know his stepdad, the one that he always shouts out in the music, like the one that Afeni was with, the one that, you know, he was like a bank robber, dog, you know what I'm saying? Like, funding the Black Panthers so that they could push their political agendas. You feel what I'm saying? Imagine, do you think, let me ask you, like, think about this. Do you think that there would be a Black Panther right now? Like, union right now?
Like in today's modern day?
Yeah.
No, because...
Fuck no. Think about that shit.
Because they used to fucking flash their guns. Like
that's what I'm saying.
The First Amendment rights.
Think about how bold that shit was, though. What I'm saying is, like, just picture that, fool. Like, it's pretty deep, homie. You know
the only groups that do that now is white people. They for some reason are allowed to come outside with their M16s and M4s and hang
Fuck, I don't know. Have you ever been down south?
No.
Fool, my boy, listen, you gotta go down south. Really, because I've been down south to do shows and shit.
Yeah.
And dog, black men are outside strapped, homie. The same black dudes you see like sagging and tatted up and at the liquor stores here in South Central, they're in Atlanta, fool, with fucking sticks, fool. It's open carry, bro. Like, don't get it fucked up. Black men are out there brandishing weapons, just like brown men too. You know what I'm saying? If you go to Texas, dog, that southern shit is real, homie. Like, they're out there strapped, dog. Don't get it fucked up. As a matter of fact, I see more brown and black men open carrying when I go down south than white men. You know what I'm saying? So don't think that, fool. Trust me when I tell you that. Well, you'll be surprised.
What I was talking about is like when you have like a protest, like for example MAGA or Trump, these fools are always on TV with their guns out.
Maybe.
I feel like when Mexicans or black people protest, they don't really take their guns out.
Well, maybe because they don't want to really escalate to some shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think that like we lack of those type of artists right now. You know, like Pox and shit, man. Like, I would love for somebody to drop a song like Dear Mama right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or something with some kind of substance like that. And I'm sure there is. That's the fucked up part. That I'm sure there's dope ass artists right now dropping music with real substance points, and we're not hearing it because it's muffled out by, you know, the machine and what they're pushing. Like, who's the biggest artist right now
in the world?
Yeah, rap wise.
The girl that won the Grammy for best rap album was Doechii. Like I've never heard of her, but she won the rap album. Also, let's have a question for you. How much does the Grammys matter when it comes to showcasing who the best artists are? Because in my opinion, I feel like the Grammys, if it was voted on by peers, like you have to have at least 3 or 4 songs this year in the Billboard Top 100 to be able to vote. Like, they're just songwriters and people who won Grammys before. Especially when it comes to rap music, do you feel like the Grammys are the end-all, be-all? And do they hold any merit to tell us and show us who the best rappers are nowadays?
Not as far as like what the community wants, like us, right? But as far as like in the industry, it does be like when you want to go to like in franchising or like soundtracks for movies, or when you want to, you know what I'm saying, that type of shit, right? When you're really to go to the next level, besides just being like a artist in your genre, yes, it holds a lot of merit, because that's how, like, for example, 3 6 Mafia, you know, that's how they were able to get into like Disney and shit. You know, they did Disney production after they did the Hustle and Flow soundtrack, you know, and they got that Grammy, you know what I'm saying? So therefore, yes, right? Because you can even get on the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, you know, now you're fucking worldwide, you know, Grammy wise, and the platforms they could get on, you know, when it comes to money. But as far as like the streets, no. Like, as far as like your community and who's really listening to rap, like, no, people don't give a fuck. Like, you think NBA YoungBoy's ever gonna get a Grammy? Fuck, you know have you seen his charts? Like, how he fucking hits? You know what I mean? Like, that fool's crazy, like crazy numbers, dog. You know what I'm saying? He's a generational artist that doesn't get no shine. You know what I mean? Because he's always on house arrest or some shit and always in trouble, you know what I'm saying? But his numbers are crazy and it doesn't stop him at all. His motion is fucking stupid, you know? So I don't think so, you know what I'm saying? I think that it's just a different world, fool. This digital shit that we're on right now it's two different worlds. Like Grammys is old school, you know what I mean? It's an old form of like artists getting to the top. Now you don't need none of that. You don't need the structure no more. You don't need the system, dog. It's like you could do it on your own, just like a lot of artists are, you know?
Because I feel like the Grammys they don't even televise when they give out the rap award.
Yeah. No, they don't.
Right?
Yeah. You find out through fucking other sources of media.
Like a clip or on the news or whatever, right?
Yeah, because it's more about the Grammys is more, how should I say this? Like, it's more based on how you're making the music. You know what I'm saying? It's based more on like, for example, like, you know, in sports, right? When, like in the NBA, when the press used to vote in the MVPs, you know what I'm saying? Or the All-Stars, you know? And then they let it out to the streets. The people that are at the top of the game are like fucking, the streets only vote based on popularity, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They don't vote based on like real accolades and real skill, you know what I'm saying? Stats and shit like that. So that's where the music industry, that's where the Grammys come in. It's like, it's about your production, you know? It's about how are you innovating the music and what are you bringing new to the table that's never been seen before, you know what I'm saying? And it's about like the fundamentals of the music, you know what I'm saying? The limitations that you're pushing them to. So it's more of a technical aspect, you know? Yeah. That dudes like us in the streets really don't give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, though, it does open the doors for like the big market, you know what I mean? And then it allows you to, as an artist, once you're done, to venture into other shit, you know? Like producing, co-producing, being an A&R. So it sets you up for the future, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's like not like a good old boys club, but like
it is.
When someone says Grammy even a nomination, like Grammy nominated artist, or Grammy award winning, 25-time award winner, like it just holds so much merit in the professional entertainment.
Well, you see how Drake used the Grammy to make fun of Kendrick, and then Kendrick actually got a Grammy off of dissing him back.
What do you mean?
When he said, somebody give him a Grammy, you know, that little bar? Yeah. Well, he was saying that because of that whack-ass album. Well, I thought it was a whack-ass album, I'm sorry. That Kendrick pulled out.
The Big Steppers?
And he got a Grammy for that nobody in the streets fucking heard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too.
That's what he was pointing out there, you know what I'm saying? Like more or less, like, you're catering to them, but not the streets, you know?
You also have to submit your album to get
Grammy
to get looked at.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't. They don't look at it. You have to submit it through a certain way, file some paperwork for them to even consider you. It's for consideration.
Yeah.
You have to send it out to people for free and shit like that. And Drake stopped doing that shit a long time ago.
I do listen, dog. I do see the Drake and Kendrick situation from a different aspect too, though. Don't get me wrong, right? Like, I do believe that Drake carried the streets longer. What I'm saying is he fed the streets more music for a longer period than Kendrick did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think that he catered to the block, and whether he was really about that shit or not, you know, everybody was fucking. How many decades you say? Like a decade and a half?
At least 10.
At least 10 years? I think his run was longer than 10 years.
He came out in 2009, but like...
so when did he officially take a bow? Last year? 2023?
People got mad at him because he had songs with Sexy Red. That's when like, oh, he's doing too much.
But so 2023?
Last year he dropped the album with 21 Savage, and that's the only shit you could hear on the radio.
Ooh, so listen. So I heard Drake for the first time, I want to say 2007?
7 in the mixtapes?
Yeah. Right or no? Am I wrong or right?
I think 2008 was his first.
It was 8? Okay, so let's say 8. And he took a downfall in 2023, so that was 15 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
15-year fucking run.
No one's really ever done that.
No. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think that people are like, you know, but 50 Cent said it best, you know? He goes, at some point, dog, like, you win so much, the streets don't want to see you win no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kind of like the Chiefs in the Super Bowl this weekend.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Like no one wants to see
nobody
that
wants to see the same person win for so long. So there's a part of that, and then there's a part of like Kendrick just on some other shit. Cause you can't deny like the shit that he's dropped right now is fucking hot.
I mean the penmanship and the, you know, like there's a first degree murder and then there's second degree, right? First degree is like you planned it out.
Yeah.
Like you've been waiting and plotting for years.
Yeah.
This was a first degree murder.
No, yeah.
It wasn't a second
He waited
degree.
for the right time. Fool. Like he was smart though, dog.
But and then also too, he was on that song with Future and Metro Boomin.
That shit was hard.
That shit was hard.
Shit was hard.
And then also he was kind of like, they've been baiting each other for so many years, right?
Sneak dissing.
Yeah, all the time, top 3, whatever, this and that, who's the GOAT, whatever. And then, yeah, I'm still mad at J. Cole for quitting before it started.
He was smart.
But looking back on
He saw it coming.
Looking back on it, like this was like, yeah, genius.
He was smart, fool. He saw it coming. You know what I'm saying? He sized it up and he was like, there's no good outcome out of this. You know what I'm saying? One way or another, like somebody's gonna have to lose, you know what I mean? And the odds are greater when it's 3 of us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he just stepped the fuck away. But it's a good time for music, I think, you know, right now. Because it's allowing like the streets to push out the industry, you know? Like the industry doesn't have a chokehold on the music game no more.
No more gatekeeping.
Yeah, like it was almost unobtainable before, dog. Like it was hard for you to really like tap in, dog, to a worldwide audience before, you know? And now I see a lot of artists just doing it out of sure will, like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? So it is a good time. But as far as monetization, it's a whack ass time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because profit-wise and margins, like Spotify, dog, we got to get rid of Spotify, dog. We got to find a way to
distribute.
Step away from it, yeah, dog. We got to find a way to distribute it, which is going to come soon. Don't get me wrong. Because they can only hold that secret for so long. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, it's going to be way more like Google, you know what I'm saying? Or like how anything else, like at first it was like very hard for people to put ads in Google. Like now anybody could buy those services, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna come soon, dog, but like, fuck, Spotify's killing us, dog.
Well, I think the convenience of having every single song and every single podcast on one app is where they
thrive?
That's where they have their power, just the convenience, right?
Yeah.
But if there was a Bozo app and then there was a Tupac app, it'd be a little bit too much. Like, what app do I want? You gotta switch apps.
Yeah, it would. It would. But I think that eventually, dog, there's going to be a free service for that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's going to be, like the data's going to be that easy. You know what I mean?
Well, you'd have to make your music free and then create a deal where you make money off the ad space. Like if there's ads in between your song, you should get paid only off the ads, but your music should be free. You know what I mean? That's the only way.
Like YouTube.
Yeah, that's the only way it'll work. Which
dog, because fuck, they're fucking robbing artists right now, like Gacho.
Yeah.
I see it, dog, and I'm just like, man, the monetization of what I get is ridiculous. Like I shouldn't be fucking doing shit but music right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you gotta hustle. Like that's the new thing about artists, dog. It's like you gotta be multidimensional, you know? And you almost gotta like really entertain. That's why Lefty's thriving so much, because he entertains, you know, with his personality and his antics and the shit that he does, you know?
Joining OTR, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, which I feel like I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
I don't think most people saw it coming.
No?
I don't think people saw it coming.
Why though?
Is that something that you always were looking for? Like a home to kind of hang your hard hat at?
No.
Or is that something that just kind of came about and it just seemed like a good thing to do at the time?
It just happened organically.
Okay.
I wasn't really looking for a new situation. I was comfortable in my own space, you know? But I knew that I had exhausted everything that I could do on my own, you know what I'm saying? Like I had pulled out every trick out of the hat that I could do, you know what I'm saying? And I needed help, you know what I'm saying? So, but I didn't know that it was gonna come there though. I really didn't know where it was gonna come, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have a foreseeable plan or a formula that anybody told me, you know what I'm saying? Because I've had good moments to where you would think like I would have elevated to a different level of the game already, you know? But for some reason, I feel like I had like topped out for what I could do on my own, you know? But yeah, meeting left, that's the thing though, like when people say like when one artist takes off, they'll all take off, you know? Like Lefty really did put us on a projection to like elevate all of our games, you know what I'm saying? And really like validate the existence of like Southern Hispanic rappers, you know, street rappers, you know, artists. So Lefty's emergence to the game almost created a void for artists like myself, you know? Like it made it possible for older artists or artists that have been around already to grow furthermore, you know what I mean? But the OTR situation was not planned. I didn't see it coming at all either. And it was just one thing that happened while I was like having lunch, like at my pad, you know? I'm brainstorming, I'm thinking, and I had a conversation with Solus prior to this because me and Solus had a relationship without having a relationship before the OTR situation because he was Swifty Blues original A&R manager, label CEO, you know what I'm saying? He was the original Swifty was the original headlining artist for OTR, and I had a very publicized like beef with Swifty, you know what I'm saying? And I believe that like, yeah, Swifty had a lot of success, right? But I believe that I was like a thorn in his side, dog, for a very long time. You know, like I created an environment for Swifty that he didn't have the maturity for. You feel what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like in my exchange with Swifty, like he should have never even paid me no mind. You know what I mean? At the time when we were beefing, like he had the projection and he had the opportunity to just pass me and never look back. You know what I'm saying? But what happened was that he lacked the maturity to see that. And what happened was like he was trying to go tit for tat with a documented real gang member. You feel what I'm saying? Like a dude that really had been there, done that, and like was documented and had the history of like really being a stepper, fool, like how they say, you know what I'm saying? So he became a victim of like trying to live up to expectations that he couldn't. You know what I'm saying? So what happens when you try to like fake the funk too much? You reveal yourself, you know? You reveal yourself and therefore you expose yourself furthermore. Like you got to be careful who you try to expose. If you can't match that character or you can't match that history, don't go there with people, eh? You know what I'm saying? Because in the path of trying to expose a real one, if you're not really with the shits, you expose yourself. You know what I'm saying? So Solus was always in the background of that situation, you know what I'm saying? And when we finally did meet, it was one of the things where like he had seen his past artists for who he really was and who he really could be. And it was more in the situations of like, oh shit, you're the guy that revealed that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're part of the reason why that was revealed. You know what I'm saying? So we had a mutual respect. You understand what I'm saying? Like it was one of the things where he was like, okay, like I know what you're about and I know what you've been doing. So like if you need my assistance, the door is open. You know what I'm saying? That's basically the conversation we had, you know? Like if anything you need, anywhere I could help, let's run it. So on my own, like I said, I'm having lunch and I'm just thinking like, cause me and Lefty have history, more or less through like street dudes, you know, like our hoods and shit, and the guys that he was up in Pelican Bay with are my dogs, you know. So it was organic, right? Like me and him, we're gonna meet and link up eventually, no matter what.
Regardless if you guys were rapping.
Regardless of rapping or not, we were gonna be in each other's lives one way or another.
Right.
So that created like a very interesting situation for me, but I saw it almost as like predestined. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's one of the things where like you cross paths with these people unknowingly and your lives are intertwined unknowingly, but only when God wants it to reveal itself does it reveal itself. You know what I'm saying? So when Lefty got out, he was doing a thing, and me and him linked up, and then I finally met Solus, and Solus, you know, opened the door for the situation, and I'm kind of like at a situation where I don't really have a plan for the next 5 years, or I don't know where I'm going with it, but I do have a hunger for more. It was kind of like an answer to a question that I didn't even know I had, you know what I'm saying? It was something that needed to happen, like, because at the same time, dog, it's like this, bro, like, I think that every up and coming label should have a artist that's been there, done that on their staff. You know what I'm saying? Because therefore, like, the experience that I've had in the game, like, it's easy for Lefty to access it. You know what I'm saying? Or it's easy for like the label to reach out to me and be like, hey, what do you think of this and this and that? Because we do have those conversations, you know, from behind the scenes shit that a lot of people don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like real fucking situations, you know, real life shit. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, what do you think, Bozo? Like I'll get a call like, hey, so this is going on. Whoop, 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 whoop. What do you suggest?
Like what?
Like violence, like street shit. You know what I'm saying? That we don't really put out there. You know what I'm saying? That sits behind closed doors and will always be behind closed doors. But dog, listen, dog. Like there's been a movie going on behind the scenes. You know, like shit that the label's been going through, Lefty's been going through, a few other artists on the label that have been going through that you know, could have already derailed the label or even been our downfall. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, you have guys like myself, you have guys like Solus around that have been in the game. And when you have two insightful, experienced heads, it's easier for the younger artists to prevail. You feel what I'm saying? So I myself, I feel like I do have a place in the Look, I'll give you the perfect example, dog. Just recently, right? The younger homie P-Face, he's a new signed artist to OTR. Real young kid. He has a good trajectory, you know what I mean? He's booming right now, you know? For the kids, you know, for the younger generation, right? It's crazy, dog. It's crazy how life works, dog. So anyways, he gets signed to the label. When he gets signed, Solus is excited about it, reaches out to me. He's like, hey, we just signed P-Face. And I'm like, I don't know who he is. He's a young kid, 19 from Compton. Homie, you know, he's a youngster with a real reputable, you know? He's dope. I think he's the next one, you know what I'm saying? To go. And I'm like, dope. Like, I'll meet him when it's time, you know what I'm saying? When it's time, right? This is like a couple months ago. Out of nowhere, I'm at home and my little homies text me. And they're like, hey, man, like, why is P-Face hitting up in the hood? You know? And I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, his neighborhood, P-Face neighborhood was hit up in my barrio, you know, where I'm from. So now it's creating a situation where, like, me and him are signed to the same label. You know what I'm saying? So it could either be like a bad situation or a good situation, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that I'm signed to the label allows me to reach out to P-Face and be like, my boy, what's going on? Woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, hold up, let me, you know what I mean? Run by this, woo, woo. And therefore, like, it just avoids further drama for P-Face with my neighborhood. You understand what I'm saying? So like just being around, dog, like allows me to be a voice of reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you think you would have made that same decision 20 years ago? In that democratic, that you know,
politicking in it?
Yeah, like
maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I would have been on some other shit where like, hey, well, you owe me that fade regardless. I don't give a fuck what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we need to run that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is this, dog, like, I had another conversation with another artist right now. That's crazy. I had another conversation with another artist that's booming recently, you know, with Drex the Joint. There was another situation besides the one that he just got into, like a while back, dog, to where I intervened because I had just met him at one of my shows. Like I headlined the show and he performed also, right? So at the show I met him, I shook his hand and I felt like I had built a relationship with him to where I could reach out, you know what I'm saying? Some street shit arose, you know what I'm saying? And I knew a person from that hood that was feeling some type of way. And when I saw it without anybody reaching out to me or telling me, I said, you know what? I'm gonna reach out and link these dudes up because I know him and I know him. And I feel like it's something that needs to be done to avoid drama. You feel what I'm saying? Or because I do want to see Drex win at the end of the day. At the end of the day, no matter what, I want to see him win, you know? So I did that, right? But in the midst of that conversation, I also noticed that I can only do so much, you know? Like I can lead you to water, but I can't force you to drink. You feel me? So at the same time, while I'm trying to like show people how to have street etiquette and have table manners when it comes to the street shit, a lot of motherfuckers just don't want to have them, dog. And then I think you can tell by the situation that he's in now. You feel what I'm saying? Like fools don't want respect, dog, and don't want to give it. You know what I mean? Sometimes like this music shit and the fame will get to certain people where they think like they don't fucking need it, eh? But it's LA, dog. It's Southern Cali, like, and this shit, dog, politic is necessary, you know what I'm saying? And I think that there should be experienced guys like myself around to like reach out and connect certain dots to avoid bullshit from happening, you know what I'm saying? So for the label and like being a part of OTR, dog, like it's dope, dog. Like it allows me to still run around with the young wolves that are out here right now. And whenever I feel like it, step away and do my OG shit and do my own shit, you know what I mean? So I'm in a very privileged position, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I can dabble and be welcoming with open arms because the younger homies know I'm with the shits and they know like if it hits the fan, like I'm reliable. But they also respect me enough that when I don't want to be around, it's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like Bozo's doing family time right now, like they don't necessarily call me to hit the strip club, you know? Because they already know, like, man, Bozo's over the strip clubs. He already hit all of them. And I know, you know, that's another funny thing that I've been around so long, like, Lefty will be like, check this out. And he'll have certain chicks in his DM and I'll be like, man, that's old news, bro. Like, that's the homegirl. Oh, you know her too? Like, yeah, like these, you know, like the Tupac song, like same hoes in every video, you know what I'm saying? Like, same shit, you know? But it is a very cool space to be at, dog. Like, I'm having fun, you know? I'm having fun. Like even this last album that I'm about to put out, like Lifetime Membership with Benji, bro. Like he's the producer that really projected Lefty, you know? And it's cool to tap into the new sound. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool to step away from my production and be able to do a whole project with the new sound of the LA streets. You know what I'm saying? Which is like, to me, like that's our Mustard, like in the future, you know, Benji, you know? Like when Mustard was having his run and that era came out, like Ty Dolla $ign, YG, all them guys were running around their shit, Nipsey and all them, like OT Genesis, they were all fucking with the same producers and running under the same umbrella. So that's what we're doing right now, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's a genius point and perspective to look at it because you've seen it happen before, but do you think the young guys who are 18 or 19 are thinking the way you're thinking?
Nah, fuck no.
They think they can do it on their own.
They're thinking, no, okay, as far as OTR has a very, very powerful position that they play right now. They are the marquee label right now, dog. There is no other label like OTR. If you're a part of OTR, it's a very prestigious place to be at right now, dog. And I think that anybody can see that, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to OTR, no. When it comes to OTR, the young artists do fucking pay homage, you know what I'm saying? They know that they're in a very privileged position, you know what I'm saying? And I see it just by how excited they are to be OTR affiliated, you know? But as far as outside of OTR, yes. Everybody's like, fuck that. But everybody wants to be OTR right now.
Yeah. That's
a fact. You know, that's undeniable. Everybody wants part of the Chito vibe, part of the Lefty vibe, you know what I'm saying? Shit, everybody wants to be affiliated, dog. Like, the biggest moves in our community are made by OTR, you know what I'm saying?
You were also part of a label that was also very popular in the same genre, but in a different timeline.
Yeah.
What is the difference between, is it High Power, the one that
High Power, yeah.
High Power and OTR as far as the way it's run, and also the different type of person you were when you were in each situation?
Yeah, so when I was on High Power, I was too thugged out, fool. I honestly saw it like, don't get me wrong, it was dope, right? It was a good look and all that shit. But I thought I was too hard for it, you know? At the time I was young, arrogant, like I thought I was too good to like really embrace a label. Like it was all about the hood. Like fuck this shit. Like the hood comes first and my reputation in the streets is more important than any fucking label, you know what I'm saying? To like so that's where I see the youngsters at, you know what I'm saying? Like it's very easy for people to like, you know, at that age, dog, to not give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? But was High Power a good look for me? Hell yeah. Like I did show High Power that fucking a lot of motherfuckers never done. And it was the marquee label at the time too. Mm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very privileged to be a part of two dope labels and two good eras, you know what I'm saying, in music, you know what I mean? But because I didn't get to see the death of like Chicano rap. Like there was a dry spout, you know, and now it's a reemergence of it, and it's fly as fuck right now. Like I love it. I love, you know, think about it, fool. Like, you know, it's we finally elevated to a place where like you can't deny the quality of the music and the talent and the artists that are out here right now, you know? Even the Texas guys, you know? Like you see Mexican OT, like that fool's a real rapper, fool, you know what I mean? You see D-Baby and all them fools doing their shit, and it's like Peso, you know, on the Kendrick album, like his verse and his hook is crazy, you know? Lefty doing this shit. Like Lefty even being on that song is insane to me, you know what I'm saying? But it's a dope look, you know? And you still have the guys like King Lil G and Devour and fucking Drummer Boy still running laps around this motherfucker. So it's a very good place to be at. Like we are popping, fool. You know, from the first interview we had here, oh, we're popping like a motherfucker right now. Booming. Like there's a show I think this weekend somewhere I got invited to.
And Adelanto.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like, and I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to go. What's the schedule looking like? Shit, and I don't even know if I want to go. I'm just like, so like, it's one of the things now where I'm just like, Before I'd be like, hell yeah, let's roll. You know what I'm saying? But now it just so happens with so much consistency. It's like, I'll go to the next one. I'll go to the next one. I'll go to the next one. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't get that.
But it is
Try again.
Damn, Siri's crazy. But it is a good place to be in right now as far as the music, dog. Like, it's dope, you know? But OTR is a dope ass look. Like, I love the conversations that I have. Like, I think I just called Solis on Thursday because I hadn't talked to him for like a week. And I just gotta tap in to see what's going on and what's the latest madness going on, because there's always something going on, dog. There's always some behind the scenes shit that you're just like, what the fuck?
You're like the veteran on the team?
The roster, yeah.
Or are you a general manager, a manager, or are you?
Man, I do a little bit of everything, dog, because
you're like Magic Johnson.
A lot of times when they can't access, like when Lefty can't access Solis, I'm the one getting the call at 4:30 in the morning, you know? And I usually have an answer to every problem, you know what I'm saying? Like Lefty fucking had a Maybach abandoned at a trap house, fool, for like a couple months. And I had to go get that shit and figure that shit out for him, you know? And it's like little shit like that, dog, or like, you know, I'm at the strip club stranded, what the fuck? Well, you know, don't trip, fool. I'm gonna send Uber for you. Like, boom, you know? Or I'm gonna go do this. I don't want you to go alone. I'm gonna go with you, the trip, you know? Shit like that, you know what I mean? But it's dope to being a big brother to the homies, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really appreciate that shit, man. I really cherish that shit, dog. Motherfuckers my age, dog, are whack, fool. They're either mad about where they're at in life, it should have been me, boo-hoo, or they were really lames, so the youngsters don't respect them. You know what I'm trying to say? Like them lame ass OGs, like the OGs that you feel like you could still run with are the ones you really love. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that you still feel like you could vibe with at this point. Not the ones that you couldn't stand because they thought they were too good for you, or maybe didn't have the patience to tolerate your madness. You know, it's that OG that you want to go ride, and he's like, fuck it, you want to go ride? Well, then let's go, motherfucker. Fuck it. Those are the ones that you take with you forever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a very privileged position. It's fun, fool. Like, it's dope, you know? I take advantage of every memory that I could make right now, you know?
What is your current situation with OTR? Like, are you signed as an artist? Is it a long-term contract? Are you taking it single by single, album by album? Like, what's your...
It's album by album.
Okay.
It's album by album. And it's management too. Like, if I need assistance on, well, you know, like with my album rollout, you know what I'm saying? Right now, like we have a plan for the rollout and how it's going, you know what I'm saying? And little shit like that, like features, you know, like I got a feature, and this is only because I'm OTR, you feel me? Like, the next project that I drop, I'm gonna have Lefty on it. I'm gonna have Chito on it. I'm gonna have I'm waiting on Fat Guapo to make this shit happen. The Little Weirdo on it, you know what I'm saying? I have artists from Texas, Big Tony on it, Big Swift out of 562, dope ass artist that you're probably sleeping on, dope as fuck. I have Matt Crit out of Memphis, you know? So it's opened the doors for like a lot of more reach, you know what I mean? And it's dope as fuck. Oh, Hitta too. He's on the Kendrick album too. Hitta. I'm supposed to link up with him for a single for the next album. So that type of shit like makes it real interesting, you know? It's like like before I was in a position where I was just a lone wolf, dog, like letting my nuts hang and not really like trying to fall into the popular kids club, you know what I'm saying? Now it's different. Now I'm in the forefront and it's like I reach out to people and it's more on some love shit, you know? It's like they're glad that I'm reaching out, you know what I'm saying? It's more like, damn, like finally, you know what I mean? Like
it's like having Kevin Garnett on your team after he punks everybody.
You feel what I'm saying? That type of shit.
Our team now.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing about distancing yourself is like a lot of people don't know like if you're cool or not.
Yeah.
Because it just comes off like you're like, fuck everybody, like antisocial, fool, you know what I'm saying? Or you just don't care, you know? Like today I gotta go record a verse to send to King Lil G. Like that type of shit, you know what I mean? It's just dope, fool. Like it's really, I'm very fortunate, you know? Like, there's older artists who are not trying to make reemergence and it looks corny as shit. They're online doing stupid shit, dog. Like
on TikTok Live?
It's goofy as fuck, homie. Like, what the fuck was that, homie? That shit, dog, I thought it was like a parody, you know?
Yeah.
But no, that's their natural, like, get down, you know? Dressing fools up in costumes and come on, teaching them how to, like, come on, bro. Aren't we past that? It's 2020 motherfucking 5, dog. And we're doing that goofy ass shit still? Like, we're still falling victims to, you know, stereotypes and shit?
Stereotypes.
Fuck no, dog. We're flyer than that shit. Like, we're on another level, dog. Like, we should not be on that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'll pick that motherfucker up in a Porsche, take him to Sam's, and take him to a fucking Skyrise downtown after, you know? We're playing big poker, you know what I'm saying? With bosses in that bitch, you know what I mean? Like, really, we're in backyards doing a two-step? Talking about tortas and shit? Like, goofy. But that's the vision, you know? That's the vision that motherfuckers didn't have that I always had that now with OTR is coming to light. You know what I'm saying? That fly shit, like that King Lil G shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit, dog. Like we're past that, dog. Like we're not a fucking stereotype. We're not a gimmick no more. You know what I mean? We're the forefront of the Southside shit. You know? And them guys over there too on the other side, man, we made them look bad. The other conference is doing bad. Like our shit's fuck, fool. It's dope. You know what I'm saying?
It almost looked like for a minute that they were gonna actually make a move, like make a good run, and then it just kind of all fell apart.
Easily.
Like it crumbled.
Easily. Like all we had to do was just stop giving them promo, you know, and that was it. It was just easy. It was self-destruction, you know. But that's what happens when you're too eager too. When you're too eager, dog, you tend to reveal yourself also, you know, because you're like hating, and your whole propaganda is hate, like no talent, you know what I'm saying? No other moves besides that, you know. And then just like the Lakers, we're very privileged of where we're at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna land the biggest talent in these fucking cities like this, like New York, LA, Atlanta.
Location.
Yeah, it's location, bro. Look at Luka. Come on, dog. We went from Kobe to LeBron to Luka.
But Luka and LeBron.
Jesus Christ, that's fucking, bro. I'm telling you, look.
He's like 25.
Fool, I woke up, dog, and I was, because I used to always watch this fool and be like, he should be a Laker. You know, like his ability, like his star power, like just his ball skill, like he plays like a black dude, homie. Like he has soul, you know?
But like a ghetto one. Like.
Yes, fool, he street balls, like he has swagger, fool, you know? And it's like, damn, this fool, what's up with this fool, you know? And he talks Spanish, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, he belongs in LA. And then boom, just like that. And I'm like, damn.
Because there's a lot of good NBA players that are sons of former greats.
Yeah.
But they play very like technical and soft.
They play very textbook, fool.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like
they've been training a certain way.
Yep. By all trainers, personal trainers
They don't
and
go
this shit.
play at the park or
they're robots, fool. You know.
Yeah. They don't have that killer instinct. If they miss the shot, fuck it.
He's like Iverson.
This fool, he was like Kobe. Like he's gonna make the shot because he wants everybody inside to fucking feel good. Like I gotta do it for these fools. Like that type of energy instead of like if I make it, fuck it. If not, I'm still getting paid. I'm a professional. I made it to NBA.
I told Solis, I was like, we need to link up Lefty with Luka.
Damn.
Because Austin Reeves taps in with Lefty.
For real?
Yeah, Austin Reeves tells him
AR-15?
like, he's like, I bump your shit during practice and shit, you know? Like I fuck with you, you're on my playlist, you know?
Hey, would you want to see Lefty at the Super Bowl?
Hell yeah.
There's some fools that said that they don't want to see
him. I'll cry if I see him up there. My eyes will get watery. Dog, he's a homie, dog. Like he's a homie, dog. Like he's like one of my little brothers, dog. Like aside from knowing him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our community. Like, those are our guys, dog, you know? And then to be hated on for so long as a genre, to just catapult to that in less than a couple years, like, hell yeah, you know? Like, I was so happy and so proud of him and Peso when they got on Kendrick's album. You know what I mean? It was a proud moment, dog, for real, for real. Like, that shit felt good, dog. I don't even know Peso like that. But I was just extremely proud, dog, of the move, you know? And I think it's a good time, dog. We just gotta capitalize on it though. You know, we can't drop the ball. We gotta make the right moves, you know what I'm saying? The right features have to come, you know what I mean? And you know, a tour's next, a big ass tour, you know, of all the biggest raza rappers, you know what I'm saying, right now, you know?
Not spoken about enough, how famous and how cool you made the term blue team or south side.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because for a long time, you know, no disrespect to anybody that lives that lifestyle, but Chicano rap wasn't looked at the way it's looked at now.
Yeah, well,
and I don't remember anyone being so proud, consistently rocking that term and saying those things till you did it.
Yeah.
And now everyone kind of like follows suit, like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you gotta have that presence, right? You gotta be that guy. Like, you gotta be the type of guy, homie, that like that people can relate to, dog. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be that guy that's familiar, you know what I mean? And I think that you know, luckily for myself, like, I'm a multi-generational rapper, you know? Like, yeah, I come from an era where the rap skills weren't up to par. And I was still kind of seen like as an outsider because I was maybe too ahead of my time. So now I'm able to blend in with this present era, and I still sound like I belong, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be somebody with vision. And my vision was always that we weren't a stereotype, you know? Like, I grew up in a city, like, for instance, out here in Southgate, like, the homies are fly out here, fool. Like, we're not fucking, sock check, fool. That shit's goofy. That shit's not even real.
Yeah.
That's a gimmick. The sock check shit, like, how comedians are exploiting it and shit. I pressed some food the other day, dog. The Sad Foods, you heard of them? It was a small press, right? It wasn't a crazy press, but
Sad Foods.
Sad Foods. They're popping on IG and TikTok.
Okay.
They exploit the Cholo culture heavy.
But the two comedians.
Yeah.
Corny ones. I know.
So they just did a show at the West Covina Laugh Factory, and I headlined the show there. You know, my own, right? With the homies for No Lames, they're podcasters.
G Money.
So they had a show before us, and I happened to catch one of them fools coming out as I'm coming in with my entourage. And like, we met up, and he didn't know who I was, but I knew who he was because of his goofy ass way that he exploits the culture, you know? And I stopped him and I was like, oh, you're one of them fools, you know what I mean? People depicting us a certain way, you know? Like, we were never really shown for being on some fly shit, you know what I mean? Having our own style, like being cool dudes, you know what I'm saying? We were either represented like overly choloed out with the super barrios and all this shit, or like the whole high socks shit, like Fools Gone Wild, for instance. That was one of my main beefs with them, or distaste for how they represent us too, is like the whole gimmicky side of it, you know what I mean? So I just kind of really got tired of that shit, and I really wanted to make it a point to like make it cool and make it fly and make it something that Southern California artists could be proud of, you know what I'm saying? Like labels like High Power and Charlie Roll, they over exaggerated the whole Cholo image, you know what I mean? And really set us back, you know what I'm saying? I think like didn't give us no room to evolve, you know what I'm saying? And like, you see how people make it a gimmick. What's that one comedian too, Creeper?
Oh yeah.
Like he's funny, don't get me wrong. I fuck with his shit.
Cholo fit.
But we're very easy to be laughed at. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy to laugh at the Cholo culture, you know what I'm saying? So I always felt like that was my main goal, dog. Like to make the blue team shit fly, you know what I'm saying? To make the whole like Southside shit fly and allow this generation to appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? And to really let their nuts hang with the Southside shit, because it is something to be proud of, you know what I'm saying? Our style is something that shouldn't be taken for granted, because outside of IG, TikTok, or corny ass movies, like we're that fucking guy on the block, you know what I'm saying? We're that guy usually with the baddest, prettiest female on the block, because you're right, I mean, everybody envies fucking the women out here, you feel what I'm saying? We got the most like beautiful neighborhoods, barrios to be from, live in. It's a way different lifestyle to live in the barrio than to live in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? It's a different experience, you know? We're usually those guys with the nice car, you know what I mean, parked outside. Like, we have the deepest car clubs of any type of, whether it's the fucking foreigns, lowriders, or the Japanese shit. We're the guys that have all that shit, you know what I'm saying? In the music game, we've always been the guys behind a lot of the production of a lot of these big artists that come out of the West Coast, you know? So, yeah, I wanted to let my nuts hang, dog. And then, like, you know, I just always press lines on peoples that made a joke over our culture. Like I was telling you about the sad fools. Like I ran into them at a show that I just did, you know, and I made it a point to address one of the main guys that exploits the Cholo culture, has been making a living off of making us funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what's up, dog? Like I caught him backstage, you know what I mean? And it was a quick, you know what I mean? But I made it a point for him to see me fly as fuck with all my jewelry on, with my entourage, about to do my own show right after him. You know what I'm saying? Because I want it to be appreciated, dog, and I want us to get the respect that we have. And then look at the hybrids that have come from that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Guys like King Lil G, guys like Lefty, you know what I mean? Like these are fly ass fucking all the homies, like Little Weirdo, Cheeto. These guys have their swagger on point, you know what I'm saying? Their stilo on point, and it's now evolving into like real personalities in hip hop, you know what I mean? I don't think they could just put us in a genre like Chicano rap no more. Like we're hip hop, dog. Like we're here, fool. You know what I'm saying? Like these fools got the skill and got the music catalog, like numbers that they're, dog. These fools are doing stupid numbers. Like peso on them, they're fucking killing it, bro. Their numbers are crazy, but yeah, I'm proud as fuck of that, no fucking doubt. You know what I'm saying?
What did you tell that fool's backstage from Sad Fools?
I was like, oh, you know them guys you making fun of all the time? Well, I'm one of the real ones, you know what I'm saying? Nice to meet you. And I shook his hand. And Bam Bam was with me, my big ass homeboy, you know? Jay was with me. And he just looked and was like, oh, you know, real funny, and just kept it pushing, you know? But I think that those little interactions are important, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I fuck with Concrete heavy too, you know? Because he does Cholo comedy, right? Some parts of his act, but he doesn't make us look stupid, dog. You know what I mean? He makes us look like that guy still, as funny as it is, and the things that he's depicting in his comedy, like we're still those guys, dog. It's not like, oh, sock check fool, or like, you know what I mean? Just goofy shit like that, dog. I'm just I don't know. You know what I mean? I think that shit's exploitation, you know? And some fools need to get slapped backstage for that shit, you know? But it is what it is. But nah, the homies are shining. It's dope. I think that it's real fly to see that shit, you know?
You went from Mr. Blue Rag to a Southside logo and now Necessary Evil.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you, Necessary Evil?
Like what we just said right now, like the whole topic we just brought, there has to be a bad guy. You know, it's a necessary evil, you know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a bad guy, there has to be an asshole, there has to be a contrarian in order for certain things to push forward, and in order for us to reach new heights, you know what I'm saying? The constant challenge, the constant rhetoric has to be there, dog, because if we're too nice, dog, and there's just like peace, dog, like we lose our edge, we lose our competitive nature. It's like they say, right? It's like soft men make easy times develop weak men. You know what I'm saying? Strong men make hard times, and those hard times develop stronger men. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the necessary evil that I believe in. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you know what I mean? We're going to bump heads, and yeah, we're going to weed the weak out, you know what I'm saying, and seem like assholes. But in that process of weeding the weak out, we're going to fucking create some real shit, you know what I mean? And have some real motherfuckers. And I think that, like, us as a culture, we've been going through that recently a lot. You know what I mean? And now, like, what surface is like, we weeded out the weak, dog, you know? We weeded out a lot of the fucking scallywag motherfuckers, you know? And right now, we're in a good place, dog, you know? And OTR is where it's at, you know?
Is it on purpose that on your Necessary Evil album, you can't see your features?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I didn't, like, want to make it about features, you know what I'm saying? I wanted people to tune in because they wanted to hear a complete album from me. So I wanted the features to be more of a bonus, you know what I'm saying? Like an additional surprise, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was one of the projects that I came into OTR with. Like I took Southside Logo, Necessary Evil, and then I just turned in a lifetime membership. Lifetime membership is hard, fool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have Spice One on Necessary Evil?
Yeah.
That's Spice One?
Yeah, Spice One.
How did you get Spice One to get it to give
who the fuck linked me up with Spice One? But that was like one of my rap idols, you know? Really. And I felt that us as a culture, like, fuck, we fuck with him more than anybody, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that it was a good like treat for my audience, you know.
It was.
And for and even the production, you know, the type of song that we did, you know, like it was really on that fucking, you know, that America's Nightmare type shit, you know what I mean? Like some West Coast shit, you know. But fuck, how did I link up with him, dog? You know what? That song is like 4 years old.
Is it? Oh shit.
I had it in the vault for 4 years. But I was going through certain label shit to where I couldn't get ownership of it. But I was able to get some leverage, and I said, fuck that. I'm taking that shit with me, you know? So I brought it to fucking OTR, and I dropped it through them.
That's just hard.
Hard, yeah. He's dope.
Yeah.
Dog, he really is fucking Spice One, fool. Like
with the business?
Yeah, fool. Like, it was, damn, that was like an amazing, like, experience for me, you know?
Yeah.
Because you meet your idols, dog, and a lot of times, like, they're not who they, and he fucking, dog, to the T, fool, like, he's exactly who you would expect, fool, like, he's still drinking Mad Dog 2020 in the studio, bro.
Damn.
Yes, fool. You know, yes, bro, and he's a big-ass 6'2", fucking ghetto-ass motherfucker from, you know what I mean? Nah, he's dope, fool. I was waiting I wanted to do a video with that, you know, but his schedule, like, it just got too crazy recently, you know what I mean? But it's dope, yeah, that was dope as fuck.
Who are some of the younger guys that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
Little Weirdo, Chito. Who else am I reaching out to right now? Little Maru out of San Diego. I really want to try and make that happen, you know what I mean? I'm trying to use my little juice card to make that shit happen, you know? Who the fuck else? Damn. Them three are top, you know? Them three are at the top of my list right now. But Chito for sure. I think Chito's dope as fuck.
Yeah, I think he has a very unique sound. No one really speaks like him, talks like him.
There's only one him. There's only one him, yeah. I just think he's you know what he reminds me of, dog? He reminds me of that character in the Batman movies, Two-Face.
Okay.
You know, there's a good side to him and a bad side to him, you know? But both sides are strong, you know what I mean? And the like the Spanish rap and the English rap, you know? And then how, you know, he's just like so multi-dimensional, you know what I'm saying? His delivery, you know what I'm saying? And then he used, dog, and it's crazy, like, he's heavy on the Spanish shit, but he uses the N-word, and it sounds like he meshed it so perfectly together. Like, I think that's just crazy. I just think he's fly. He's like one of those artists I'm talking about, like, that fool's fly as fuck, you know, in his own way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dope-ass artist, fool, like, dope. Like, yeah, like, even Little Weirdo from, you know, San Diego, I fuck with his delivery, his stilo, the way they move. These are the fly-ass fools I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like, that dope shit. Like, I expect to see them in a foreign when I see them in traffic, you know? They better have some fly, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a personality, dog, that I like, you know? A certain style, you know what I mean? But who else, dog? There has to be more. I know I'll be listening to a gang of motherfuckers, dog, right now that catch my ear. But yeah, man, it's a good time in the music for us, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna definitely make those happen. I don't give a fuck what I gotta do, you know? Yeah. I'm gonna make that shit happen. Mandatory.
Are you do you record in the same places, or like does OTR open up different studios for you?
Well, since I started working with OTR, it has been different studios, yeah.
Okay.
I kind of feel bad because my old guys are like,
what happened?
You know what I mean? And I'm just like, you know? But the thing with OTR is this, dog, like, the resources are there, you know? It's like, studio time, when do you want it? Boom, okay, you got it, bam. Beats, go through the files, you know? Oh, you want a new one? What are you looking for? We'll do, you know what I'm saying? Everything's there. The only thing that I brought to the table that I've always brought with me is my visuals, you know? My shooter, you know what I'm saying? My own shooter, that's it. That's it. Besides that, like, and I do use beats from my own producers, but right now I'm using Benjiro, which is strictly like, you know, OTR and shit, you know?
Yeah. Where's Benjiro from?
The SGV too, Rosemead, City of Rosemead.
Okay.
Yeah, that whole SGV wave right now is strong, you know?
It is.
And it's dope. I think it's dope because for a long time, like, the faces of the SGV were like Capone, you know? And you've seen how that shit's like dog, it's so far back, dog. It's like, it's almost like two different worlds, bro.
I feel like it's also too like the Chicano space or Hispanic space, Southern Hispanics, whatever you want to call it, didn't allow for new faces or new style or new swag. Like
those haters.
There was only like they were gatekeeping.
It was gatekeeping like a motherfucker, dog.
I feel like our style has evolved through the times, right?
Yeah.
Like, like our style today is not gonna be the same style we have in 5 years, and like now people can wear camo pants and let their hair grow and wear hats all the time and stuff like that. And it's like people have been dressing like that now, but when it's on a platform,
but it wasn't highlighted.
Yeah. If you're on a platform, you gotta wear Ben Davis and 501s. But now it's not like that no more.
Now it's not like that. No. Fuck no. The homies are now we're the artists that fashion looks for to cater to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, like
he looks at different Mexicans on Instagram to like copy their style basically.
Yeah, like all this is streetwear, you know? G'd up. This shit right here, it's exclusive. You gotta they only drop when they feel like, you know? Like all, and then you know they're giving it to artists like us, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? That reminds me to like when Wu-Tang was getting Tommy Hilfiger, you know, and then they were being the face of that shit. That shit's dope. Like Asali, like strictly all the homies. You see all the young homies wearing that shit. You know what I mean? I get so many. I haven't bought clothes in fucking years. Like all the fucking free shit I get, dog, and it's dope because I like to wear my people's shit. You feel what I'm saying? I think it's important. You know what I mean? Like that's how like Renaissance are created. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like by supporting all your people and with adding your touch to it and your flavor to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope, dog. I'm having fun, man. You know, I'm just waiting for the movies to drop. You know? I'm just waiting for the filming to start coming.
What do you mean? Like you think you guys will
like our own menace to societies, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like our own fucking juice and all that shit, you know? It's gotta come. There's no way it can't. I got approached about that. I was supposed to co-direct the whole Netflix series through Hulu or Prime and all that shit. They were shopping it, and it's still supposed to go through. It's still supposed to be in motion. But yeah, dog, we were supposed to do with Vince Romo. He's a very known movie producer, director. We were supposed to do like our version of Entourage. Remember the show Entourage? Like a 8-episode TV show with like, you know, Lefty being the main guy and how he blew up overnight, and then Chito having the character, Peso having the character, Lil Weirdo, you know what I'm saying? Everybody having their character into one dope ass fucking TV series, you know what I'm saying?
Is that the one where the girl from Wednesday was gonna be his girlfriend? What's her name?
Oh no, that's another. That was supposed to be a movie just based on Lefty.
Okay.
That was supposed to be No, it's something else. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're just waiting. I mean, it's about a bag right now. You know, you got to come with the bag to get anything pushing. So if anybody wants to get those projects rolling, they just need to come with the bag so that we all jump on board. You feel what I'm saying? But that was the vision, you know, to get everybody on board. And then that's another thing. Like you know, you got to get all these guys on board. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to agree. Like they gotta want to do it. You know what I mean? But when it kicks off, it'll kick off. You know what I'm saying?
What are you excited for? Because we're still in the beginning of 2025. What are some of your goals, some things that you're excited for this year?
Man, the thing is this, bro. Like I'm at a stage right now where I'm being offered different opportunities, you know, to like go more on the corporate side of the music shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure I want to do that because you know, like you're relatable when you're one of the homies, but when you become a voice of authority, now people hide from you. So I'm not sure I'm ready to be that. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to step into those shoes. Like Lefty wanted me to manage him for a while. I was like, you're fucking crazy, fool. You're gonna hate me, dick. I'm a programmer. I'm up early. I work out. I do this. I do that. I pray, motherfucker. You know, like you're not gonna want to be on my shit, dog. You know, like we're gonna end up hating each other. Fuck no, you know? So there's that aspect, you know what I'm saying? And there's the aspect of the game, like I said, like I'm enjoying playing the field at a veteran stage, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm enjoying it, you know what I mean? Like I'm the OG that motherfuckers got love for, you know? Out of all the OGs that have been out here and that from my era, I'm the only one relatable to the youngsters, you know?
Do you also think that you're the most relatable at this stage in your career because you do podcasts where some people may think that they're above certain podcasts. Like, for example, my channel compared to the channels that you've been on, you know, it's tiny compared to everywhere you go. But you still show up every time I invite you on. I ask you to pull up, you still pull up. Do you think that has a lot to do with how accessible you are?
Well, because, see, the thing is this, that I fuck with people. I don't fuck with, like, how should I say it, like, popularity. You know? Like, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. If it was just that simple and plain. I would give a fuck if the circumstance doesn't matter. It's you that I fuck with. So that's why I'm relatable, because people see that. You feel what I'm saying? It's I'm transparent. You know what I mean? Like, I fuck with street artists that'll have 1,000 followers on Instagram. I don't give a fuck. I'll go to their hood and shoot a video. I'll fly out of state to other states and fuck with the blue team over there. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, man. I just fuck with people. I'm genuinely about the people. It's not about the fame, you know? Like, I enjoy the experiences and the friendships that I make, people that I meet. You know what I mean? Doing this shit. Like, I that's why I do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I guess I'm relatable. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, but getting the big podcast and doing big interviews is dope too. You know what I'm saying? That's just dope. Because I see that there's a market for that. There's still a market for genuine people, you know? Yeah. And it does translate right, you know what I mean? In the right way, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm a big sureño out here, man. And I enjoy it, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with it. The homies from prison are on my phone all day. Mad because I'm not at the Super Bowl. And I'm like, Dick, what the fuck? Like, why the fuck would I be at the Super Bowl? You're the one. Nah, I'm not the one, motherfucker. Like, the homie's the one right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at those conversations, like people have expectations for me that are big, you know what I'm saying? And it's dope, fool. It is dope. It's dope to be seen in that fashion, you know what I mean? Seen that way, you know? It's crazy, fool. It's definitely a compliment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be seen as, I pull up to my kids' school and kids know who I am. Like, and my kids are little, you know what I mean? And they know my music and they're like, hey, my friend right there, can you sign this for my friend? Like, yeah, I'll sign that for your friend. You know what I'm saying? That's dope, fool. It's dope. Because a lot of motherfuckers don't make it this far, dog.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't know. I think it bears fruit to all the shit that I said, like, when I was beefing with everybody. You guys are all fucking fake, dog. And eventually in time it will reveal itself, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time right now, I'm at a place too where I don't like to rub it in their face.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool, man.
You definitely have us a little more sense. Obviously, you've always been mature, but you have a little bit more sense mature. Obviously, like squashing your beef with Adam 22, right? Going on No Jumper and stuff like that. Do you feel like that's gonna be something you're gonna lean towards more, like squashing the beef? Or are you still on that I don't give a fuck shit?
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I just take it case by case, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is that you gotta know when you won also, you know? Like not all wins come with trophies, you know? Some come with just with mutual respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could call Adam 22 whenever I want and if I need something, you know?
Yeah.
And that's a good place to be at. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, fuck him. And then again, why fuck him? Like, I think that we need to learn from successful people, dog. Whether we want their type of success or not. You know what I mean? I think we can learn from everybody and anything, you know what I'm saying?
When you had a conversation with him, did it come up, you talking about him and his girl's relationship? Or you didn't even bring it up?
Nah. I mean, no, because he's a straight shooter, fool. Like, he's like, if I'm doing it, I stand on it. So he don't even give a fuck. But that's something for us to learn from too. You feel what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people do shit, dog, that they're uncertain of.
Ashamed
you know?
About?
Yeah, dog, secretly, or they're uncertain of. You know what I'm saying? Like people will do gimmicky shit to see how it goes, not necessarily proud of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're gonna do something, make sure you do it and you can stand on it. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't stand it, then don't fucking go there. You know what I'm saying?
You also recently squashed your beef with LA Icon.
Yeah.
Would you consider you guys had beef, or you guys?
Nah, we didn't have beef. I was just being a dick. I mean, it's true, you know?
Straight up.
LA Icon's not really
confrontation like that, or aggressive?
Well, he didn't have no issues with me because I'm being myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, he's in a platform where, like, a lot of times he's affiliated with people that are doing stupid shit. because of the job that he does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm in a position to like call out people that are highlighting the wrong things for the community. You understand what I'm saying?
What was it about that situation that you didn't like? Like, what happened?
I just felt like at some point he was losing sight of what we were trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like enrich the culture. You know what I'm saying? But I guess like in the space that he's in, like he has to entertain a lot of different type of shit. You know, not just the art side of it, not just the talent. You got to entertain a lot of the goofy shit too. You know what I mean? And the drama, because that's what sells. You know. Mm-hmm. So I just didn't like the fact that I considered him a friend, you know what I'm saying? At least to a certain aspect. And he was affiliated with a lot of motherfuckers consistently that I was really beefing with, you know? Like damn near everybody that I hated, he was affiliated with in some shape, type, or form. But in reality, though, it goes like to what I was saying right now, right? It's like when we're talking about Adam 22, it's like, I couldn't take it personal, dog, and I was. At some point, I should have just realized that whether I seen it as a friendship or not, he saw it as a business. You know what I'm saying? And I just had to, you know, just swallow my pride and be like, all right, now I know where we're at. You feel what I mean? And just accept it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand though, like me and Icon had a relationship from the beginning of my career when I came back out from prison, you know? Like he was really involved, always doing shit. We were always doing shit, always doing content. Back when this shit wasn't booming the way it is right now, you know?
Right.
So to a lot of us, this is something that we've really invested in, you know? This is our baby, you know what I mean? Like you guys, like platform like yourself, reaped off a lot of the hard work that we did, you know what I mean? When it wasn't popular to be doing shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm one of the first artists, dog, that really got like popping artist features being a Cholo, being a Southsider, you know? When it had died out, like Capone and Criminal were doing that on the industry level, you know what I'm saying? I came and did it on an organic level from the streets, you know? Like after that fucking gatekeeping and celebrity shit died out, like that real Hollywood type of music. I came out, I did G Perico, RJ, Joe Moses, Compton AD, all off the rip, fresh out of prison, you know? When it wasn't familiar for guys like me to be doing that shit. We were still seen as Cholo rap, you feel what I'm saying? Like the gimmicky shit. We weren't at that level, you know what I mean? So I always wanted to push the culture forward, and I saw entertain the goofy shit and like fake cholos and funny cholos and lame cholos like on the podcast, like I sent us back, you know what I'm saying?